Rolling with the triple C, I'ma make him bend the knee. Rolling with the triple C, don't really count the heat.
Now, I want you guys to really see that with Bisping, because after all these takedowns that George has been getting, now he's turning in these punches into missiles to go to his body to eventually climb up top. As this man's thinking takedown. This man already, this man level change, he's thinking takedown. But now he's bop, bop, bop. Boom, boom, to eventually catch that left hand. What's up, everybody? Henry Cejudo here, aka Triple C. You guys, welcome to this episode of Fight Feedback, where I'm going to be breaking down the one and only, the Canadian George Rush St-Pierre. Guys, what made George St-Pierre special is distance recognition. The fact that he trained with the elite in every specific area, from his jabs to him outbeating NCAA champs, all-American wrestlers. Guys, this is brought to you by Fruve, with 15 servings of fruits and veggies in every bottle. Guys, this drink is so healthy, you gotta purchase it in the damn pharmacy section. Guys, go get yourself some Fruve. Anyhow, enough talk. Let's take it to the big screen. So here we have St-Pierre. Look at how young St-Pierre was. 26 years old, man, against obviously the legend Matt Hughes. You know, an inch shorter. Matt Hughes wasn't that tall for a 170-pounder. You know, 76-inch reach. Yeah, that was one of his. That was one of St-Pierre's signature techniques, was that Superman. We call a little piece there. Keep in mind though too, I mean, Matt Hughes was a two-time All-American. Ooh, nice takedown. But this is the stuff. Boom, got in closer. The right idea from Matt Hughes. But then watch how he trips here. Watch how he throws the knee, has him upright, and then all of a sudden, he is going to transition with this hand to pick him right up top of the knee. So as he's forcing that underhook, he is using that opposite hand to run his feet, and that's how he got the takedown. Doesn't matter if you're a wrestler or not, you will get taken down if your position's off. Yep. Using every limb that he has to be able to, you know, pretty much grind upon him with his weight as he has his arms locked. Bah! It's annoying. It may not hurt as much, but it's annoying. And guess what? These judges are scoring. This was a third fight. This is only round one, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, look at the position. I already got into mount. This is a two-time All-American in wrestling. You know, the legendary Matt Hughes. Clinch position too. That's another thing with St-Pierre. St-Pierre wasn't afraid to go on the whoop right there, an outside hip toss. And notice, boom. Notice how he goes above. Boom. Throws the knee to step in to get closer. Again on that underhook to eventually find going above the knee, as you should. You know, when you cut the opponent here, everything else pretty much falls. But if he was to go a little lower, it'd be a lot harder. Beautiful hip toss. Boom. That's all wrestling, man. People want to say judo. It's like, no, not really, man. Wrestling is it's a combination of all that. But notice how he does it. Notice how he throws that knee, gets in closer to eventually turn it into that hip toss. Yup, side control now. Matt Hughes wasn't doing a good job of getting out. Now he's looking for a submission. Now he's looking for technique. Now he's got him locked in. Yep. Arm crank. He's going for it. He's going for it. Oh, transitioning to an arm bar. Oh, wow. And you know what's so cool about that submission is just the simple fact that the first time George St-Pierre fought Matt Hughes caught him in an arm bar. And for him to be able to do that, again, triangles the head, is looking for that, he's got the arm crank, he's working on the arm crank here. He's working on that arm crank, doesn't see it, releases the legs, and then this is when he's transitioning to the arm bar. Boom. Just sits straight across. Nothing crazy, gets that leg over. And Matt Hughes is not in a good position. He's got him locked. Look at this. Look at how beautiful this area is right here. He's tapping. He's verbally tapping. He doesn't have time to tap with his hand. again. Yep, he's just cranking on it. He knows I'm tap, 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 tap. Beautiful, beautiful work by St-Pierre. I don't know so much about those damn windmills. This is something that makes St-Pierre special. Is again, I don't know if Jon Fitch is an All-American, but still another hardcore wrestler that loves to grind, that knows how to grind. There's one thing this man has done is understanding how to push that pace and just putting wrestling and making it hard for everybody. This is just a year prior. Boom, catches him coming in. Catches him coming in right away. Boom, look at how he breaks distance. Yep, as soon as you break distance with George St-Pierre, as soon as you break distance with St-Pierre, as soon as you're able to jab him, he's changing levels. He's changing levels because he knows he's in a position to level change because you're coming. Yep. Double leg. The dude he went straight to his back. It's almost like St-Pierre made a nice counter. And this is all in the first round. All this is taking place in the just anticipating. Bah! Low, high. And the reason why he even got that right hand, it was the simple fact that he had already level changed to make him think takedown. Make him think takedown. The dude's like cautious, and then boom! That's when that right hand is coming in. Nice, but then again, he had a knee tap there. You know what I'm saying? So he's greedy. So yeah, so he could have probably even punched and even turned it into a takedown. So this is what it is. So this is what he does. You guys see that? He'll pepper you with that right. I'm sorry, he'll pepper you with that left. Right? It's all smoke. This is all just to understand distance. Boom, to eventually catch that right hand. Peppering, peppering, peppering. Half throws it and then bam, whacks you with power. Peppers, peppers. Whoop. Take a look, guys. Don't blink. Wham. He's getting closer. He's inching in. He's inching in methodically. Boom. Throws it. He almost pulled that. He almost pulls that left hand as he catches that. Bah. That's a beautiful overhand there. That's a lot of force too. I'm surprised George didn't knock him out. Maybe he didn't hit him in the right area. I don't know what the hell, but that was a hard punch. Or bah. You guys see that loogie flying? Boom. Ooh, that's a snot. Go ahead, hit the play button. Let's watch it. Let's watch it. Let's watch it. Whoa. Yep. Always going to knees. Always unpredictable. Going for knees. Throwing the kick to the body. Gets closer. Bah, knee to the head. You see? That's the cool thing about it, because there's things that could look the same, but it could be completely different. And again, throwing that jab, gets him to throw that jab. Boom. Same thing what Islam does. This is how they capitalize. They'll get you. They'll anticipate. They'll call you in. And they will eventually find that takedown. This one right here. This is against. This is, again, I'm going to go back and tell you guys. This is what makes George St-Pierre special. Is by the simple fact that he didn't come from a wrestling background, but he was able to develop. I know one of his coaches, Cejudo, who's an Olympic silver medalist out of Canada, of Russian descent. And I know he learned from him. So when you have good coaches and good teaching, it's what makes you special. Again, NCAA champ right here out of Edinburgh. You know, Josh Koscheck. You know, 33, 29, 5'11", 5'10". You know, George St-Pierre with the reach advantage. Let's hit the play button. This is the fight that really impressed me with St-Pierre. Boom. Again. Yep. Throws a jab. Gets the fight going. Gets him to throw the jab. Throws a jab. Just to pepper it. Just to kind of reach him. Gets him to throw the jab. And then boom. The level change comes. Once again. Now he's looking for that takedown. Bah. Beautiful. Beautiful by St-Pierre. I think that this jab really made George, bah. Look at how he pivots off that back leg. Look at how he uses that back leg to really get into him. Bah. Yep. Yep, that jab was key in this fight. Just jabbing that face. Bah! Staying low and then inching in, then throwing that jab. Staying low, inching in. Boom! It's almost like a double jab. It's like a motion, jab. Motion, jab. Motion, and then throws that jab. Motions it. Bah! Throws it. So I want you guys to see Koscheck's eye, dude. I just want you guys to see it and recognize what he was able to do in that first round. He was literally, man, he off of just pure jabs, man. Look at that. He's got a welt there, you know. None of these guys really had the ability, or just, there wasn't enough kicking. There wasn't enough kicking in this, and I feel like in this era. I think even the earlier era was with Pedro Rizzo, there was even a little more kicking, but it kind of went dead. I feel like the kicking kind of came back now. I tell you what, guys, this is a fight that a lot of people thought George St-Pierre lost. I personally, I remember when I watched it, I thought George St-Pierre actually beat him, but it was a close fight. I would have to probably rewatch this fight again to really kind of make that decision, but whatever, man. He got the decision, and then he decided to retire after that, and then that's all she wrote. But again, Hendricks 2 years younger. Hendricks is pretty short too for 170 pounder, 5'9", you know, huge reach advantage. Yeah. But if you notice too, this man right here is a southpaw. Everybody else who fought George St-Pierre was accustomed to that lead leg, which was the left. And not just that, but St-Pierre was accustomed to taking people down. Instead of driving this way, he would just pretty much pummel his way through. Yep, nice defense, nice little catch wizard there by Johnny. Yep, Johnny wasn't taking no for an answer, using that cage, using that fence to be able to use all the resources you got to be able to pump that elbow and find the back of the head. Yeah, bringing the fight. Nobody was really bringing the fight to St-Pierre in this fight. But look at where Johnny's at. Johnny was willing to strike with him. He wasn't in no other range. He wasn't allowing St-Pierre to control the distance. And he was having success. Going high, going low. Finding all those areas. But it's always good to diversify your punches or your striking, because you can open up things just based on setups. Bah, catch. And this is something that St-Pierre wasn't accustomed to, having other people shitting on him. Nice level change there. Like St-Pierre didn't do the right things to really defend him. You know, like you weren't. Yeah, he run the pipe super easy to be able to take George St-Pierre to his back. And again, for him not being a wrestler, yeah, you see, he should have been pressing the head right here. But instead, he to find his balance, he make sure to recognize where is it that he's going, and then butt dragging over here with this hand. So you're dropping the head, and you're butt dragging. You're literally dragging. You're almost on his damn cheek. But this is how Johny Hendricks was able to get the takedown. Yeah, nice. But that's what made George special when he was mixing it. And this is probably what won him the fight right here. This damn takedown. Johnny's hands are down. Johnny had the ability to take a punch, man, literally. Like just a gift. And I don't give those gifts too damn much. But he had just the ability to do that. Yep, on his legs. I don't like that shot. He got to it, but look at how St-Pierre dunks his head. It's a no-no. He could have got the takedown. The entry was right. Look, he was close. But then, boom. Instead of getting his head out, he decided to stay in the middle. You don't want to do that, especially against the cage. Yep, doing a good job though here, controlling that leg, trying to find that crackdown to eventually get it. Yep, control the leg. This is where people should take notes. You know, yep, controlling it with his knees, finding that balance. He's gonna hit this guy with the same thing that he got caught with, which is running the pipe. Yeah, Johnny, I don't know. I think I got better balance than that. Yeah, I remember that. Everybody was like, but that's what happens in the fifth round. In the fifth round, this is what shows heart. This is why this man is a legend, because he just finds a way to win. Those 2 takedowns in that fifth round is straight up championship experience. And obviously Johnny went out to eventually win the belt, and then I don't know how many times he defended it before pretty much retiring, but it was a fight and a half. But I will give it to George St-Pierre. Even though I'm a wrestler, even though I was at that time going for Johny Hendricks, St-Pierre with the takedowns, with the tactical work, he won this damn fight. And here we have it. This is GSP's last fight. Again, 36. I'm 35 right now, but I'm going to be 36 upon my return. After a 4-year layoff, he's going up against the guy who had the belt, which is Michael Bisping, you know, who we all love. You know, 36, 38. One thing I will say about George St-Pierre, he picked the right fight to come back at middleweight. I'm not trying to bag on Bisping, but there's a lot tougher challenge, and I think George saw that in the simple fact that Bisping knows how to sell a damn fight, and I think he just matched up to him pretty much to the T. Very good. I know this man had the better striking. I know he had the better grappling, as tough as Michael Bisping was. Anyhow, let's hit the play button. Yep, I thought St-Pierre looked really good, man. Look, still he does those little fakes, like he inches in and people don't see it. Bah! Throws that right hand. Yeah. It's almost like he's messing with. He loves running that pipe. Look at Bisping was trying to grab the fence. What's up, Bisping? I just wanted to show you guys. I don't know if you guys see it, but he is almost before he gets the takedown. He's like circling his hands, showing this to eventually boom, drop here. You see what I'm saying? Goes for the high crotch, runs the pipe. Bisping might have grabbed the fence there a little bit, Michael Bisping, but you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. To eventually for him to get the takedown. You know, this is huge. This is huge in round 1. Because now that Superman again, that lead hand Superman. You guys watch. Lead hand. Now once St-Pierre got the takedown, now it's opening up his hands. Lead hand. Boom, now he's close again. Whether he wants a takedown or not. Stuns him. Stiff. Ooh, still caught him. Still caught him with that spinning back kick. Jesus. Damn, St-Pierre looked better in his retirement fight than he's ever looked. Bah! Catches that lead hand Superman. And then still nips him with something that people weren't accustomed to him throwing. Bah! The wheelhouse kick. Or spinning back kick. But this is what I appreciate about St-Pierre, that Superman, which made him dangerous. And then watch as he throws that spinning back kick. This is what I love about him. Boom, he's close again. Guess what? Boom, throws a punch. Now he's thinking about wrestling. Yep, catches him in. It's always this. He had trouble. He had trouble with Hendricks because he was a southpaw. If you're not accustomed to taking people down from a southpaw position, I mean, that's something that you really got to kind of throw in work. But he's gonna pull that jab hand out. He'll get close. He'll pull this thing out to event. Yep, you guys see that? It's called calling you in. It's called calling you in. Baits him, makes him throw it. Boom, anticipates. Now he's in that double leg position. He's able to drive for the takedown. Again, what makes St-Pierre too good, really good look. He throws it, boom, as he brings him this way. He frames him to the same head side this way. Where people are accustomed to double legging that way, to drive that way, St-Pierre was doing it this way. Yep. Where it was all legs. The head, you know, it's different. Back on his legs again. And guys, this is one thing that I will say about St-Pierre. Is St-Pierre, it's okay, the karate kick or whatever, but it's more of that distance, the karate distance will make St-Pierre special. You know, he'll do certain punches, he'll throw certain punches or kicks to be able to cover distance, to be able to start looking for takedowns. Getting closer, he's laying him in. He's already cautious. What's George gonna do? All of a sudden, he's back on my legs. He wants to take, now he's trying to drive this way, but he's trying to fill him out, but he's trying to go to his bread and butter, and he gets it. You see? That's something that I will steal from St-Pierre. Yep. Nice high-low. Now I want you guys to really see that with Bisping, because after all these takedowns that George has been getting, now he's turning these punches into missiles to go to his body to eventually climb up top. As this man's thinking takedown. This man already, this man level change, he's thinking takedown. But now he's bop, bop, bop. Boom, boom, to eventually catch that left hand. When you start investing in your wrestling, when you start, even if you don't get the takedown, but you fake it, or you just sell it, that you're able to come up top to eventually get that left hook and actually get the knockdown. Even if, I mean, that right there, that's 10-8. Even if you didn't stop him, that's huge. You don't just win the round, but you win that round +1. Raining down. Yep, raining down with strikes to eventually just take the back. I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory what St-Pierre did. Rain down with strikes. Sometimes people look for the submission a little too early, but George St-Pierre was able to get him to all fours to eventually look for the choke, and that is all she wrote. You know, a 2-division champ, not simultaneously, but he ended up winning, never defended that belt, but he's a 2-division champ in the UFC, and his name is George St-Pierre. And now, guys, I would like to grade him as what I call the techniques, the tactics, and the threshold. Let's go. So the technique, the tactics, and the threshold. You know what? For George St-Pierre, I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna start in the threshold. Is the simple fact that this man, especially in his era, he brought science into his training. He brought the right engineers. I know he did things a lot different than me, where he would literally go to that specialist and really just learn that certain art, but it tended to work for him. You know, in my position, I like to kind of mix everything together and then just formulate and have MMA coaches really partake and nitpick me, where he was able to go with an Olympic silver medalist like Cejudo from Canada, a 1996 Olympic gold medalist. For boxing, he had his trainers. For everything, for jiu-jitsu, he had John Danaher. So this man found the best engineers. And even for the science portion, I'm sure he had the best of the best. And there's one thing, you can say a lot of things about George St-Pierre, but he never lacked his condition. He always had a gas tank on him. And for that reason, I go back and I think of that fight with Johny Hendricks, and I know why he won that 5th round. Those takedowns, that push. So for that reason, I gotta give the legend a 10 on his threshold. For the tactics, for George St-Pierre, for the tactics, he always had good game plans, man. Like the tactics are separate from the technique, because you can have a beautiful jab, but if you can't set things up, and that's pretty much what tactics are, if the setups, the entries, the game plan. St-Pierre always had a game plan for everybody, and I go back and I look at that fight with Josh Koscheck, how he was just able to use that jab and even not be afraid to literally take him down. You know, a master at distance. So for that reason, guys, I gotta give this man another 10. You know, George St-Pierre, I mean, you're a 10 in threshold, you're a 10 in tactics, and now I would like to go to the technique. For the technique, I see a lot of holes and not necessarily a hole, but an opportunity for George to really get that much better, even in his whole comeback fight. You know, I wish I could have saw maybe even though he did mix his fight a little bit more, maybe a little more of just leg kicks, just kicking the legs and X, Y, and Z. There's times where he did dunk his head. There was times where he did get hit. His defense was a little suspect. You know, he has been submitted in the past. So I can't quite give George a 10 here, but I'm definitely gonna give him, I'll give him a 9. For his prime, what he was able to do in the UFC is what made this man special, you know? So this right here is a 29 out of 30. Guys, and I don't give that too often. I really don't. I really don't give these type of numbers, but it's the same reason why this man is in GOAT and GOAT Mountain. John Jones, Demetrius Johnson, Anderson Silva, and then I go with George St-Pierre as the Mount Rushmore kind of comes to an end. Again, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. You guys make sure to go buy Fruve with 15 servings of fruits and veggies in every bottle. Guys, this drink is so healthy. It's literally in the pharmacy section. So whether you're at Fry's or Kroger's, guys, go get yourself some. I want to thank you guys. Triple C is out! What's up, everybody? Henry Cejudo here, the Olympic champ and 2-division champ in the UFC. And guess what, guys? I am here to let you guys know that fight feedback is coming to you. Yes, I said it, to you, where I get a chance to analyze your fights and your wrestling matches. That's right, for you. That's all you guys have to do is send your videos to bjjfanatics.com, click on the fight feedback link, and I, Henry Cejudo, aka Triple C, will analyze your video. So no more time to waste. Let's get at it. Let's get better. Triple C is out.